Looking for some quick fixes to get your life together? Here are some tips that will help you with that. Even if you think you're a disorganized people, I'm sure these tips will help you to become a more organized person and learn their ways as well. So let's get right into it. So number one, keep only what you need. Now this is actually applicable to both physical things, both like to-dos, commitment, and also thoughts in your head. So with physical things, we're all really familiar with it, so I'm going to explain the concept using those. Basically, if you have too much stuff, that will take a lot of time for you to just tidy up after that and to manage it, organize it. So purge everything physical that you think you don't need or doesn't bring joy to your life or doesn't have a good functionality to it. Very similarly, things on your to-do list, commitments, and all of that, you should purge everything that is unnecessary and only keep the things that actually are needed for your life. Similarly, with thoughts in your head, get rid of all the thoughts that are negative, that don't give you any good, and only keep the ones that are constructive, that help you, and that brings a more joyful life to you. By reducing and simplifying these things, I'm pretty sure it will get a lot easier to manage and organize. And to be honest, it's much easier to keep a well-maintained system if you have less stuff to maintain. Number two, write things down. Ever went to a grocery store without a shopping list? Then you might be familiar with the feeling of browsing around in the aisles, not knowing what you need to buy or trying to remember what you need to buy and wasting so much time just going back and forth trying to figure out if there's something you missed, if there's something you bought in excess, and you end up just wasting a lot of time in the grocery store because of that. Now, very similarly, if you don't have a good to-do list, if you don't have a good system to store your thoughts, what you need to do, your plans, your deadlines, and all of that, it becomes very hard to manage. So definitely write all of the things down that you think you need to remember, and you can start with having an online calendar or a paper-based calendar, and then you will be able to actually not have to remember all of the deadlines that you have, but it will all be in your calendar, which will remind you when it's due. Very similarly, your to-dos, you can have a good system to track your to-dos, but that will only happen once you write it down. Now, you might choose to have a bullet journal that encompasses all of these things, or you might just use a simple notebook that you dump all of these into and then you put it in their own systems. Some people might use a digital note-taking system like Notion, or very simply the note-taking app on their phone. So whatever you choose, write the things down so you don't have to remember it. Number three, set aside time for maintenance. Now, all systems take maintenance, and we are very familiar with that when it comes to, physical systems, but your note-taking system and the system that you put your to-do list into, and all of these personal systems also need maintenance. So set aside a bit of time to maintain those things, and then it will be so much easier for you to be able to input all of those activities, those thoughts, those to-dos, or the things that you need to remember if you have set aside time to schedule maintenance. For example, for me, every single day I set aside roughly 5 to 10 minutes to review the tasks that I've done that day, and then I'm also able to plan my next day, see what I haven't done yet, see what I need to prioritize the following day, and that makes it so much easier the following day for me because I know what I need to do. So definitely set aside a bit of time every day, week, month, or at the appropriate time frame to actually maintain the systems that you have set up, because otherwise they will take away more energy and more time than they save for you. And on that note, number 4 is put things where they belong, even if that takes a couple more seconds. So for example, I know some people have the habit of coming home and then they just put down their keys wherever. They put down their badges from work and they put down some other documents somewhere else. Yes, that is very time efficient in the moment because they only need to put it down from their hand and they don't need to think about that. But if that person takes 10 or 15 more seconds and actually puts those items into their place, then afterwards they don't have to spend an extra 5 or 10 minutes before work to search for them. Again, this is something that can be explained very easily with physical stuff, but it's also the same with digital files or to-dos or your notes as well. So for example, with files, you might need an extra 15 seconds to type in a descriptive name for your file on your computer and put it in the right folder. But sometimes people might be lazy, and I myself do the same thing sometimes, where I just type in like random letters, and then afterwards a month passes by and I don't know what that document is. So I actually have to take time to open it, see what it is, and rename it again. Now I could have saved that time had I just named the file appropriately and put it in the correct folder. So later on I don't have to search for it and I know what file is doing what. And again, it's the same with your to-dos as well. If you have 5 to-dos written on 5 different pieces of paper scattered around your room, then you might forget it, you might not do it, and then they just get lost. So it's much better if you take those extra 5 seconds to actually input it into your own system, like Todoist or like notebook that you have. So you are actually able to have all of that in one place. You know where it is, you won't forget it. And then number 5 is to split big projects into bite-sized tasks. For example, if you have a wardrobe that needs to be organized, it would take roughly 2 or 3 hours if you want to organize the whole wardrobe, if it's a big wardrobe. But what if you split it down into sections, and then every single day you have 5 or 10 minutes or 20 minutes, you take that time and actually just organize that small chunk of the whole wardrobe. Very similarly with other tasks as well, if you break it down, it will be so much easier for you to actually accomplish those things later on. So I really do recommend that if there's something really big in your life that you want to organize, even if it's a physical thing, if it's a digital thing, or if it's something in your systems, then you might want to just break it down into smaller things and do it in small steps, because that will help you a lot in being able to find the time to actually do it instead of putting it off until it becomes even worse and then you have to spend even more time on it. Overall, I would say that being an organized person just comes down to a couple of things. It's really just simplifying, maintaining your systems, having a good system. Also, if you are able to break the task down and schedule maintenance and also maintain the systems that you've set up. If you're able to do these things, I am sure that it will be so much easier for you to become an organized person or feel like an organized person and have all of these systems around you that will help you save time over time as well. So I hope that this video was helpful to you, and make sure to comment below if you have any other tips that can help other people to get more organized and to help with their lives to get more efficient, more organized, and more productive. Also, like this video to show your support and subscribe for more videos on productivity, university, career, language learning, and so on. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye!